Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Look Back, where I go back and take a look at the reviews that I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago. You may have noticed there was no look back last week because last week, a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago, I didn't do any reviews. We were at Origins those weeks, and in fact, 10 years ago, same thing happened this time. But I have reviews from a year and 5 years ago. So let's start with last year. First, Flip Cup. Yeah. Trying to make Flip Cup into an actual published game goes about as well as you might expect, so Werebeasts. So Ted Alspach of Bezier Games puts the werewolf theme on everything, which sometimes works really well. Ultimate Werewolf, One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Werebeasts, it did not work very well. It's kind of a collection game trying to collect cards of the winning types, and it just really fell flat for us, really flat. Then there's a mixture, the Penny Paper Adventures. This is a series of roll and write games. Z did full reviews. I did put them all together in one. The Valley of Weracoka I didn't really like at all. The Skull Island I thought was okay. And then the Temple one I really enjoyed, but not as much as maybe other roll and write style games. They were good, but I just did a top 10 list and I didn't really consider these ones. There is a lot of games that Senshi is okay. It's a little, try to control spots on the board. It's really forgettable. It's from Arcane Wonders. It looks like Onitama, but it's not. It's just kind of it was originally a different theme, and this theme is meh. Then, the games I do like, Exodus, Paris, Nouveau. This is a social deduction game, team versus team. I really like how this one comes together. Pyramid of Penguin takes the ice cool theme and puts it on an older game where there's one person moving around the board. The other players can't see that they're on the other side and there's magnets moving around. So that's a pretty neat idea. Dice Fishing is a game where you're using rolling dice to catch fish. It's very light, kind of a filler, but I like the fishing theme and I thought it worked well here. Divinity Derby, a racing game where you bet on the mythical creatures as they win. I like betting on racing games. This is not necessarily the best one, but it's a pretty good, solid one. Then we have Blue Lagoon from Reiner Knizia. This is an abstract strategy game. There's a lagoon and villages and whatever. It's abstract strategy. It works really well. It feels almost like a lighter Go, not necessarily a lighter through the desert per se. So this is an enjoyable one and one I would recommend. Century Eastern Wonders. Well, this one actually went up, and that's because the final version, Century New World, came out, and the combinations really help. I won all three of these games, so really, this one is getting better. Coimbra, a really solid game with strong mechanisms, the theme, whatever. But I like the moving up tracks. This particular game, one of the first ones from the new combination of Plan B and Eggert Spiel, just really hit on a lot of notes. Then we have Reef. Oh, Reef, such a good game. Should have been nominated for Spiel des Jahres. But anyway, Emerson just continues to knock it out of the park. Play a card, take some pieces, put them on your board, or score. Simple game, great pieces, lots of fun. And then we have Magic Maze Kids. This is a fantastic game for kids. Magic Maze is great. This should have also been nominated for the Kinderspiel. But anyway, I digress. Really great game. Love playing this. They came out with a giant map for it at Essen too, if you can get a hold of that. My Little Side, that's a fantastic little game. Teaching kids more in-depth mechanisms. So you see this one's ranked a 10. Not necessarily a 10 for me, but for when I play with kids, an amazing experience. It was a great year for games with kids. All right, 5 years ago, Desperados of Dicetown. This was kind of like another version of Dicetown, and it just lacked that pizzazz and snap that Dicetown had. Then the Heroes of Normandy. Sam Healy loves this game. I like it. It's a, tactical, move pieces around, fight each other, World War II. It's decent. And then Legendary Villains. Now you'll notice I've knocked my rating down for this slightly. When it came out, I was like, oh, this is great. They've actually, I think they've done one, maybe two expansions for this. Maybe just one. And that's fine. It doesn't mesh as well with the Legendary as I'd like it to because they keep changing the words for villains and things like that. Still, though, I do like it. I like having Professor X as a bad guy, if there's anything for that. Nowadays, they've kind of phased it out, like in the latest expansion, Legendary Venom. Carnage is a hero in that. As a clarification, Carnage has never been a hero in the comics. But, so they kind of mix it. I still like it. It just slightly dinged the rating. That's it. Those are the reviews I did a year and 5 years ago. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching Look Back. We'll see you next time.